All right, you know it, I know it, it's another Monday, and you know it because there's a notification, and there's another episode of Not Your Echo Chamber out there on the internet. Hello everybody, this is your host Jeremiah Walgast, and because of some wonky stuff that do be going on, I am joined today not by Matthew and Christopher, but instead by my roommate. You've heard a lot about him. Give it up for Silas. Silas, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Yep, he's on the podcast now. So this is going to be like a weird little like filler sort of episode thing. Silas and I are kind of holding down the main episode here today, and then Matthew and Christopher are going to have the Otis episode as well. On this episode today, we're going to look at our weekly updates. We do have a pre-recorded last week's news done by Christopher, so gotta love those pre-recorded segments. We have media reviews, and then we're going to jump into an interview segment, which is a little bit like the past Otis shows. Again, you can reach out to us, Twitter, @NoEchoPod, YouTube, you can find us at Not Your Echo Chamber Podcast, and Spotify. Thank you guys so much for the comments and the reviews and voting in the Spotify polls. I mean, and that's no joke. I mean, this week it was crazy. Genuinely, I believe we had like 7+ votes in the for the draft, and I'm gonna be honest, Silas, I went back, and Christopher does have like the most dominant. Like I like my
like
list.
70% or something.
I love my list, but I had to vote for him because of just the sheer magnitude of the power of his picks. It was crazy. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much for the reviews and the comments. It really helps the podcast grow a lot. Do you have anything that you want to say at the top of the show, Silas?
Nope. I'm here.
He's here. Let's go to the weekly update segment. The weekly update is, I lost the poll, like really, really badly. I mean, there's still technically time to vote, but not for you guys. When you guys are listening to this or watching the floating
icon go from corner to corner. I don't know if it moves. I don't look.
It doesn't move. It's got some neat like visual effects. It's like meow. But it's on the YouTube. But you guys are consuming this episode on a Monday, and so the voting is closed. But currently, I have 13% of the vote, and I'm trailing.
That probably is one vote too. Probably.
Yeah.
If the math checks out, that's one vote.
Yeah, and that was.
That's probably you.
It was not me.
Oh,
I voted for Christopher. No,
yeah,
I know.
But who voted for you?
I know who voted for me. Shout out to my fans.
Your fans.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You lead.
Okay. Okay, so I got a couple here, but I'm going to try and trim it down. We say that every week. We literally say that every week. I got to stop saying that. Anyway,
you're not trimming. We're trimming nothing. No, this is raw, unfiltered updates.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'm into vests now. That's a thing. So my dad's work gave him like this like polyester kind of a vest thing. It's like my previous experience with vests is like they're poofy. They look stupid. And I mean, no offense, but they're kind of like an old man thing. Not that old men are stupid, just that the product itself is kind of stupid looking.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, it's like this is like a trim jacket. I wear this thing and I feel like a sales executive for like a high level company. But yeah, no, because my dad's company gave it to him, but they gave him like the wrong size, and they didn't let him choose because he would have chosen not a vest. So, but no, I wear it and it's kind of like a nice blue. It looks good. I mean, I've always been into vests, like suit vests.
Yeah.
I love those things. I've got a couple.
This is like the first not suit vest I've seen that doesn't look ridiculous.
Yes.
And I've seen many a suit vest.
I mean, and we're not talking about the Mardi Gras, like green and purple, crazy whacked out. I do have a purple vest, though. I do have that in my closet, but yeah.
It stays there. No.
I wear it on Sundays sometimes.
Sometimes.
I mean, when you're up there playing for the church, you gotta perform, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm not
there
making
was
that joke. No.
there was a buffalo chicken pizza in our past.
Oh my word, that thing was delightful. We'll be doing it again.
We will be doing it again, even knowing the consequences. I mean, you didn't have
I
any
suffered
consequences. But, yeah, no. Okay, so normally you talk about how you get older and your digestive tract can't handle stuff. Well, guess what, podcast world? Young men can get the squirts too. No, young men...
That's an audio clip I don't need taken out of context.
Yes. Clip that, post it on the internet. Yeah. So anyway, we had this buffalo chicken pizza with these little like buffalo chicken chunks on like a Jack's, like a Roma cheapo pizza. Dude, that thing went through me like a bullet train, to borrow a John Pinette line. I mean,
But boy, was it good.
it was so good.
It was so good.
It was so good, but
It's because these buffalo chickens has this like delightful buffalo flavor with the tiniest bit of spice on them. Now, if you're not a big fan of spice, it can linger a little too long.
it can. It's a
But-
little...
For me, personally, that thing is like, this piece is amazing.
It is. It is. And I think they get it from a special breed of buffalo chicken that, like,
Chicken with horns.
runs wild, yes, in the Great West, the Great Plains of American
Genetic
Airlines.
swapping and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got some egg incorporated.
Oh, did you hear, like, was it Southwest Airlines going to be charging you for bag checking? Or something?
I don't know. Nobody likes Southwest.
They're not doing too hot right now.
Nobody
in the
likes
polls.
Southwest. Yeah. Okay, we'll put up an extra poll on Twitter. Do you like Southwest or not?
Yes or no?
And not like the seasoning.
Do you like Southwest? No, absolutely not, and I wish they'd die. No.
Those are the options. So vote wisely. And then the last one that I had, I was driving to the Napa because of something that you'll probably talk about a little bit in your update. But I was driving to the Napa, and around where we live in a bit of a college town, and so there's a couple homeless people around, and I'm like driving through a roundabout, and I come to like this just like a stop sign, and there's like a homeless dude just kind of walking. And as I drive by, he stops, he turns around, he looks through my windshield, looks me in the eyes, like makes a fist and does like the Roman salute of like one fist across his chest, just looking at me. And I was like,
What do I do?
okay. And he may have signaled at the car behind me, but I think he just signaled at me, turned around and kept walking. And I was like, did my truck make him want to signal? I mean, immediately I thought it was my bull guard that I have on the front of my truck because I'm a man. But I don't know if that was that, or if it was something else. I do not know.
Odd.
But it was a homeless man signaled at me. So if I ever get thrown out into the street, the homeless will take me in. I think the homeless will take me.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, it's your turn to entertain the people.
Oh boy. Well, off of that, vehicle difficulties this last week. Am I right, guys?
Am I right, America?
Yeah. Yours broke first.
I think mine broke first, yes.
Because your bearings and tie rod ends.
Ball joints and tie rods, yeah.
Those things that got shot.
Yep.
And as this thing rattles and it veers to the right, or is it left? It veers somewhere.
It veers to the right.
Veers to the right. So that, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
And on top of that, last Sunday, or a couple Sundays ago at this point, I don't remember.
Yes.
I was driving to the Bible study thing we do
Yes.
with these guys.
Okay.
And that rear right tire makes the most pleasant grinding sound I've ever heard. Somebody must have taken that brake pad, lifted up, and stuffed some gravel in there or something. Because when I took that brake pad off, there wasn't nothing on that thing. It was metal on metal, baby.
It was. I mean, it was gone,
And then there was the fun part of replacing it. And the caliper fell out. We had to hit it with a hammer, and then the seal was like pliers and screwdriver. But we got it back in there, and I just got to bleed the brakes a little bit because we got a little air in there. But we got it. We got it working.
Yeah.
The car, anyways. There's
Yes.
still 3 other brakes that are placed. That took me an entire afternoon to do the one.
It sounded like somebody was trying to stop your car with a screwdriver in the back wheel.
It was like takes an ice pick and just jams into the asphalt, and dragging along behind us every time I brake.
Wonderful.
Possibility, I guess.
Yeah, you could always do that. Do the.
But yeah, that was a fun sound for a good couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have one more.
It does. I started a job at Lowe's, and I tell you what, orientation, nah, that is boring as heck. And what's even more bizarre is that they had this 2-hour stint of a Teams meeting to the headquarters in North Carolina with like 600 other new employees. It was just like the most basic. Like, this is Lowe's, part of the family now, work for the yada 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 mission, yada yada. They're like,
and
what?
And then they had you all like stand in a line and like salute, right? And like
not quite that level, but like it was very bizarre. I've never heard of something like this. It was very interesting.
Did you hear that they're replacing Skype with Teams?
Oh, I can't imagine. I hate Teams.
Skype
so
like
clunky.
And I feel so bad because Skype is like the pioneer.
It was the first
in like online video chatting, and now it's just being put out to pasture.
Take me to Discord. I will not use Teams. No, but like
Discord.
Teams is so bad. I don't like it.
It feels poorly designed.
That's what. That's it.
It feels like functional, like just the observable, like the viewability of like just looking at it. It looks like garbage.
Yeah.
But that's Windows 11 for you.
Well, it's just
in
Windows.
All honesty,
Windows 11 doesn't look bad, but it's just that they made things hard to get to, and I can know as some people like to get their stuff easy. I actually kind of like it because it improved some things I didn't like about Windows 10.
I'm gonna be honest.
But
I talk a big game, but I go back to Windows 10 for school.
It's hard.
I like Windows 11.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Hate me, whatever. No, I like it.
I don't know. Yeah, it just looks nice.
It look aesthetically appealing, all around and nice soft edges. It's very nice to look at.
After
squareness.
After years of indoctrination,
mm-hmm.
I'm ready to come into the light.
Yep.
And
what's really funny is we went from the Windows like 7 round 2011s. There's a word for the term of what that look was.
Okay.
Into like the Windows 10 square, everything's nice and industrial, and this is the future. And then it went back to what we have now. Windows 11 is all very nice and rounded again, which is very interesting to me.
And I this is a complete rabbit trail, but you and I talk a bit about how like we're kind of sad that we never became the 1960s futuristic dream. You know, like from that we saw in like things like, say, like maybe The Incredibles or like in Marvel, sort of a thing where like the 1950s and 60s had this like dream of what the future was going to be with like crazy whacked out designs and like just super cool stuff like in The Incredibles
mm-hmm.
2, their futuristic house, but it was still like that, I don't know, that 50s vibe. Yeah,
because it's just like architecture. We don't do stuff for fun very much anymore.
We don't.
Unless it's like specific buildings. We don't like, it's not as widespread as I would like, is what I'm trying to say.
The DMV, this DMV culture that we're living in, it sucks.
We need to get out more.
I mean, well, not just us. I mean, that's a fact. You and I, we need to get out of our apartment.
Yep. Okay.
And but the culture needs to come out of the hole that it's in.
We just, everything is just so boring and practical.
Yes.
That you lose something from the architecture.
And
even from the architecture we used to do, it feels more impressive and less useful, but it looks better. Like
speaking
the olden days, the old houses.
Yeah. No, you're right. And speaking of useless and boring, let's switch over to last week's news. Christopher, take it away.
This is last week's news. U.S. hostage envoy Adam Bowler stated that a truce with Hamas would require that they lay down arms and abstain from participating in Gaza's political leadership. He also said that from now on, the Palestinians would also have to make bricks with their own straw. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has rejected Trump's overtures for nuclear negotiations while still under the U.S.'s maximum pressure sanctions campaign. And by maximum pressure, he was not referring to the fast food consumption of the average American. Trump has criticized European nations for higher reliance on Russian oil and gas than their defense spending and aid to Ukraine. He emphasized that Europe should take responsibility for its own security rather than depending on the United States. So the gas was Putin.
Friend, you know I'm not sick, so that was you, wasn't it? Yeah, no. No? No. Okay. Is that you? Nobody thinks it is me.
Trump has announced that he is considering banking tariffs on Russia until a ceasefire and peace agreement are achieved in Ukraine. Trump then said in a statement to Democrats, quote, See. Mark Carney, former governor of the Bank of Canada in England, has been elected to succeed Justin Trudeau as the new leader of Canada's Liberal Party with an overwhelming 85.9% of the leadership vote. Man, Canada really can't get rid of those dorky leaders. One clown out and another Carney in. Trump commented that making daylight savings time permanent is a 50-50 issue, but in a statement he said that he has committed to a new plan to accumulate for America the largest daylight reserves in the world and make it a daylight superpower. Albania announced a 1-year ban on TikTok after a 14-year-old boy was fatally stabbed following a dispute that allegedly began on the social media. This was the last straw for TikTok after the government told the social media company, if there's any more stabbing, Albania. Following a 7-hour meeting in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the United States has agreed to resume military aid and intelligence sharing with Ukraine. Google servers then crashed as every Ukrainian soldier got their Life 360 notifications for Vladimir Putin all at once. Trump threatened Canada out of a 25% surcharge on electricity exports to the U.S. with double tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum imports. I guess they just couldn't match his energy, and he walked away with the steel. National Transportation Safety Board Chairwoman Jennifer Homendy reported that between October 2021 and December 2024, there were 85 incidents where commercial airplanes and helicopters came at a close proximity of less than 200 feet. So you could say that now that the planes are coming in contact, things are getting really serious. In February 2025, the annual inflation rate dropped to 2.8%, slightly below the anticipated 2.9% and down from January's 3% rate. But don't worry, Democrats are currently working on a budget to fix this whole mess. Putin has expressed support for a U.S. proposed 30-day ceasefire, including a halt to U.S. military aid, a suspension of Ukrainian military activities, and all Ukrainians must swear an oath that they will stop comparing his best friends with A.A. Milne characters. NATO Secretary Mark Rutte praised Donald Trump for motivating alliance members to enhance their defense spending. He also endorsed Trump's upcoming parenting book, for which we will be on tour. Trump has threatened to impose a 200% tariff on wine imported from the European Union in response to the EU's plan to implement a 50% tariff on American whiskey. In response to this, the EU also threatened more tariffs on American dirt roads, cowboy boots, and Luke Bryan. EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin announced plans to roll back 31 environmental regulations that restrict power plants, oil and gas production, manufacturing, and more. Upon hearing the news, Gavin Newsom has announced California's plan to switch to 100% hydroelectric power in order to maintain the level of efficiency that their energy production has always possessed. This has been last week's news. I'm recording this in a parking lot in Menards, and I got to get home because my parents probably think I'm very late. So just remember that only Christopher's opinions of the news matter. Repeat line, end of speech.
Alright, now let's take some time and scream about how the culture is terrible. Shall we? Okay. Alright, we're into the media review segment, and it looks like you're going to be reviewing a game today, and
Yep.
I'm going to be reviewing one of our favorite movies of all time.
Yep.
And so you want to talk about this game first?
Sure.
Alright, what do you got?
I'm not a big TV guy, so when I'm by myself, I don't really watch shows like people do or movies by myself, because that's boring to me.
Yes.
Watching stuff by myself. So I play video games a lot.
A lot,
just
guys.
look at my War Thunder
Too
page.
much.
Probably. I mean, and being unemployed for 6 months doesn't help. So.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, congrats on becoming a valuable member of society.
I've rejoined the ranks.
Yes.
The useful ones.
Anyway. Love Michael Keaton.
Moving. I found this fun game the other month. Anyways, at one point I found this cool game on Twitch. It's called A Game About Digging in a Hole. And it's pretty self-explanatory. As you start with this little motorized spade shovel, you just dig a hole. Like this little hole, and you have to get like rocks and other minerals, and you upgrade your shovel. Up to the point where you can get like this vacuum drill thing that is the most satisfying thing to use. It just like deletes big swaths of this dirt, which great physics. It like very fluid, like when you, because it's hard to explain how that works. It's very like
right
bulbular softness. I don't know. That's weird.
It feels like so like
almost like if you have a thing of cream, you just scrape a spoon off the top of it.
All right.
That kind of works.
Okay.
Anyways, but yeah, it's really interesting because this thing goes deep.
And you're pretty much just digging in your backyard.
Yeah,
right?
it's this tiny little, probably like 100 by 100 square foot backyard.
Okay.
By your garage, by a house.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have this house. Why you started digging in the backyard, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not a ton of explanation to that one. But you dig down, and you can occasionally find these like little mine shafts with some chests in them with some stuff, where you can find like your torch lights, or like not torches, lights that you stick on the walls and they light it up because it gets really dark down there. You get these dynamite and sometimes from them, which you use to blow up these big rocks that get in the way.
Yep.
But like at a certain point, you go all the way down where lights don't work, and then you find this big cave system that you can't dig in or use dynamite in. Ominous, right?
Right.
Yes.
But there's nothing down there.
No.
It's
Oh
fine.
yeah. Until you find the gigantic carnivorous moles, apparently, that live in these deep dark depths. These things are like twice the size of a grizzly bear, and there's 3 of them, and they're smart enough to put an empty chest that glows in the middle of a cave for you to get lured to. And then when you open it, and they're just growling, you turn around and they jump on you and apparently get rid of you.
Oh, I thought you like.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Yeah, they get rid of you.
So is this a horror game?
It's weird. It's a weird one. I don't know what to classify it. It's strangely satisfying, but then it's also an OCD mess because you can't get those little corners all the way, and there's like these little bits and pieces. And then there's that draw of like just getting all the resources and more expensive and better and bigger stuff, and there's that. But then there's also that horror aspect of these giant moles living in the underground. And it's also really weird because at the very end, the same. Well, I should have said it started with the truck pulling up and putting a poster on a billboard, but it ends with that same scene of same truck pulling up, a man adding a tally mark to a paper full of other tally marks, putting up a new poster of a similar house, and then there's a mole on the license plate. So they're just getting rid of people using those moles in this yard apparently for no apparent reason. It's very strange, very fun. I played this thing for 74 minutes before I finished it.
I watched him for all 74 minutes, and
We'll be going back to do the achievement mode.
It was a delightful.
It is so much fun, but it's so hard to explain. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I'll probably have to do an episode on this at some point, but yes.
Yeah, games are kind of difficult.
This one specifically.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to explain, unless it's like.
There's no clear story to this.
Unless it's like Halo Reach, and then you're just sobbing in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know it, but the
is...
tears fill your eyes, and the truthers, the Halo truthers out there, will band around you, and you can cry together.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, that one's a great time.
It's a fun time.
All right, let's talk about Pixar. Let's talk about a Pixar movie that came out in, and I'm looking it up right now. It looks like 2020. Yes. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Disney in 2020. Oh no, cringe. Well, but let me tell you about a movie that I discovered that I watched that was so good. There was a point where I almost cried. I think I cried the first time through. The second time I didn't cry because I was making hamburgers during the sad part. But that's beside the point. Okay, so anyway, Onward is the story of 2 brothers who live with their mom. And their mom is single because their dad died of what we think is like a sickness. At least that's what is described in the movie. Probably cancer, because that's what everybody dies of. So these 2 brothers are living with their mom because their dad died. And on the 16th birthday of the younger brother, they get this gift from their father, which is a magic wand. Because in this world...
Wand? That is a staff. A wizard staff.
A wizard... Okay, whatever. A wizard staff. It's a glorified wand, pretty much. But it's... you can tell I just love this movie. But it's a gift from their father, and when they... their father discovered or created this spell so that way they could bring him back for 24 hours so he would get a chance to see what his boys grew up to become. And so the film, the spell goes wrong, and the brothers have to basically go on a quest to find another gem to finish the spell to get to see their dad. And along the journey, the brothers grow together, learning about how valuable their brotherhood is, and just learning how much already like they have to be thankful for. And at the end, there's some really touching moments when they realize the truth of things. And I mean, it's just a really beautiful movie. And if you're a nerd that's into like the D&D style, yes, or like the Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia style, like this whole world is full of
fantasy nerds.
Right, but see, fantasy stretches a wider genre than we think.
This is like a what is this? This is very specific.
Mythical fantasy or like medieval fantasy almost.
Well, it's not really. Well, yeah, I guess almost.
But it's
good.
Yeah, no, so like the world is full of like goblins and unicorns, but they're like modernized and what have you, and so they have to kind of find the magic again from their world. And so anyway, that movie's just so good. There's only one part in this movie that I really don't like. It's one comment made by one of the officers that's just like, it's a female officer, and she talks about having a girlfriend, and it's this one throwaway moment that it's like, come on, did you have to put that in there? But at the same time, it's avoidable because Pixar created a masterpiece in the middle of all the other trash that they're putting out. So family-friendly factor, 9.5 out of 10 for that one comment, because I think that's going to fly over the heads of most kids. I missed it until the second time I watched through.
I only knew about it because I had seen an article about it like years ago.
Right.
And I hang on to this useful information, obviously.
So we can judge people, because that's what Jesus wants us to do. But yeah, no, this kind of stuff that does stick with you a little bit. But I think you can avoid it and get over it. In terms of storyline, I mean, you're talking about, there's something that just hits me about brother and father moments, and I mean, just incredible. 10 out of 10 rating. This one is an all-timer. Personally, for me, I absolutely love this movie. I will watch it over and over again, and I think...
And you should, too.
Yes, and I think you will be watching it with me over and over again.
Yes. No, this is an amazing movie.
So, yeah, family-friendly, 9.5 out of 10 for one comment that I think could even potentially be a good talking point about, why do we not believe that, or why is that not okay? What does the Bible have to say about that? But then just 10 out of 10 for just storyline and animation and just Chris Pratt and an all-around good time.
His overall story is just incredible.
Yes,
so good.
It makes you feel all the feelings because Pixar does that.
They're so good at taking you up and down and up and down.
They are.
And finishing with an up-down.
They are. It's everything is there. That's what they do. All right, well, I'm going to now, through the magic of Time Warp, I'm going to look at my notes, and then you guys are just going to hear us starting the interview portion here.
Oh, boy.
Just a second.
Gotta turn my brain on.
Get ready to get grilled, Silas, like a salmon fillet. Okay, so let's talk about your favorite grill recipe.
Grill recipe.
Because I'm just putting you on. If you want to say what your favorite grill recipe is, but
what have I grilled?
Hamburgers.
Man, those flames went like 5 feet in the air, I swear. Our grill is so funny for that.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, so let's talk about some basic stuff about you. What's your name?
Silas P. Kern. The P stands for Paul.
Oh, Paul.
Because Silas Paul makes sense.
Yes. Paul and Silas, they were traveling together. They sang in jail.
Mm-hmm.
If you were put in jail, would you sing?
I sing a lot of the time.
That's very fair. You are also in college like I am. What's your program?
I'm a graphic designer, baby.
Like if you had to come up with one favorite thing and one least favorite thing.
With one favorite thing and one least favorite thing. One least favorite thing.
Do you want me to stall for you so you
I'll get back to that one.
Okay.
One of my favorite things to do. like I said, I'm a bit of a gamer.
He is a bit
So
of
I
a
do
gamer.
I like spending the time, and mostly lately it's because you can find some pretty chill dudes on there.
You can find some real stinkers.
Oh, you
though.
can find some fun ones, but you can find a couple of good ones every now and again,
Yep.
and it's a fun time.
Yeah, gaming is a very social experience sometimes. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Good for that purpose.
Dislikes Reuben casserole because
That
I
is
like
actually that is very true. That's a very big part of who you are, not
Yes.
liking Reuben casserole, and you're stupid for that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love Reuben casserole, but I don't know this man's. Oh, that's right, because you're not in on the sauerkraut.
No, my body rejects it.
Yeah,
like
you
physically,
can-
I've tried. I've
Yeah.
gagged and
Yeah.
really
Okay.
thrown it up.
Okay.
You want
Alright.
the explicit
Okay.
details?
Thanks, buddy. Let's move on. Let's talk about DoorDashing.
A way to make money by taking people their food because they're too lazy to drive 2 minutes to pick up a drink from Quick Trip, so it costs them $9 instead of the $1.99 a Big Buddy normally would.
Yeah, America.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how did that go for you? Like,
Made
how-
$9.
I mean, like, how did you enjoy? Like, I don't know. What's
It
your
was
thought?
it was pretty funny. I mean, I basically just had the radio on and drove around, which I enjoyed doing, and just delivered people's food.
Would
Yeah.
you?
It was also paid pretty decently.
That was gonna be my next
It's
question. Can you?
equivalent to a part-time gig probably.
Okay. Can you? I was gonna say, can you make a decent salary off of it?
If you did it consistently, probably yeah. I
Right.
did it a couple times a week to get some money because that's what I had to work with. But yeah, it did pretty decently. You could
Alright.
pretty easily make you could pretty easily if you did it enough. You could pretty easily make a couple $100 a week probably
Okay. Yeah.
if you're in the right part of town.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah. Kind of having a big enough part of town
Yep.
and lazy enough people is kind of
Yep.
important.
So the rich side of I'll say though, you met some funny, you saw some funny people doing DoorDash stuff between the stores picking up from to the people you're dropping off at to just people you
Yeah.
see along the way.
Yeah. When I used to work at Subway, the DoorDashers themselves.
Oh, they could
were-
be fun too.
We're an interesting crowd. They were special. What is your, and I already know this, but what is your weirdest DoorDash story?
Oh, weirdest. I gotta remember which one it was.
I'll tell you which one it was.
It's been a minute since I thought about this. Oh, okay. So I didn't know you could DoorDash this, but I got an order from one of the Bergstrom car dealerships.
Whoa.
I
I
don't-
have to bleep that out there, Christopher.
I don't remember which one it was, but they ordered from Napa. They ordered a drain plug for the shop
Yeah.
through DoorDash.
Yes.
$12.
That's a thing you can do.
Since when, people, could you order parts from auto stores through DoorDash?
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
Yeah, that
ordering
was
a couple.
special.
I'm just gonna order a couple double cheeseburgers and a spark plug.
Yeah, so here I am walking through the front door, and I have to speak to the receptionist lady because she has to sign my phone to take this package.
Yeah, because nobody else could sign.
Because nobody else could, obviously. Nah.
No.
No.
That
That
be
was
crazy.
weird. That was probably the most weird. The second most weird is probably when I delivered to an old folks' home,
Oh.
who very secretively took it back to wherever she came from. So I don't know if it's supposed to be she's supposed to do that or not.
Is this an employee
No,
or
one of the residents.
Oh,
So that was
grandma.
fun, yeah.
Grandma sneaking
Mhm.
herself some DoorDash.
I think
What
it
did
was
she
Taco John's.
get? I was going to say Taco Bell.
Not Taco John's.
They will
Fancy
find out.
Taco Bell.
They will find out if
Yeah.
Grandma was having the Taco Bell.
Well, I think it's equivalent either way, probably.
That's fair. I don't know.
I've never been to Taco John's. It's a little bit more expensive, I hear, and it's not the greatest either. I also hear from the people who think Taco Bell isn't that good either. So, who
Well,
am I
that's,
to
yeah,
judge?
that's fair. That's fair. Those people, whatever. Nobody cares about
Let me
them.
have my young man's Taco Bell.
Yes, I will eat my Taco Bell. Taco Bell, also potentially a dangerous game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about how your DoorDash career ended, or just you want to give a
The death of my Saturn L300.
oh
Full stop. Moving on.
Yes, kids. PSA: don't crash when you're pulling
not
into a
wreck your
Chili's parking lot.
Yeah, no,
Don't do that.
don't do that.
It's not great. Because then your buddy has to come from
Yep.
his job. He has to punch out, go pick you up, punch back in.
Yep.
But as long as his bosses are really nice, they let him do it, and he doesn't get in trouble.
Moral of the story: make sure your buddy has nice bosses.
Yes, yep. So that way, when you crash,
It's not if, but when.
yes.
Like
Anyway,
this is a guarantee.
yes, it is a guarantee. As Christoph said, sometime in the future, we will die.
That was such a dumb part of that. I loved that. That was so funny.
Frozen 2 is so good.
We
got to review that one at some point.
Oh, that was funny.
I love that movie more than I should as a young man.
So hilarious.
I say it as if I'm not a young man still. I'm an old
Kids these days, though, for real. Like, no
You're
cap,
talking about
they
these
are utter pieces
Sigma-
of work.
the level 10 Giat Sigma Mongers.
Oh, I can't.
All right, before that happens, go back listen to the last episode. We drafted the best Gen Z slang. Yeah,
Yeah, Gen Alpha is they're in the gutters.
we're already into beta. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Starting
those
this year.
poor betas.
Yeah,
they're gonna get
poor little
they're gonna
betas
get
are gonna get
trashed by these Gen Alphas, man.
Yeah, they are. They just are. Okay. All right, the next topic. We're gonna talk about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, my YouTube channel.
You have a YouTube channel. What does your YouTube channel do?
My
And-
YouTube channel does video.
Wow, that's crazy. That's what my channel does too.
Specifically, I make War Thunder videos.
Okay, what's
As
the
a way
name?
to turn my useless gaming into something that is actually maybe productive.
He's trying to monetize people.
I'm
so-
just trying to justify it in my head of the time. But no,
See, Dad?
it's a fun hobby.
Yeah. What's the name of your channel?
Mangomonius.
Yeah. So if you enjoy War Thunder, video games, and gameplay, and some crazy wacky moments,
There's some whack moments.
some pretty crazy moments, and a lot of nukes probably too. He's better than he
4
realizes.
at this point on the channel, I think.
He's
Yeah.
better than he realizes at War Thunder.
No, I'm better than I admit.
Yes.
As I just admitted.
He knows. He knows. He looks at.
But I
other
don't
War
like. I
Thunder.
know when I don't know because when I play with other people, it becomes painfully obvious. But when I don't, I'm like, oh, I did. That was very dumb of me to do, as I have 8 kills on the leaderboard.
Yeah. Yeah. So just
Yeah.
moral of the story: always trash talk people.
Yep.
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 Okay.
Anyways.
And then we're just gonna talk about like you have some thoughts about like the startup, the grind, and what have you. Do you have any advice for other YouTubers like yourself who are kind of like working their way slowly upward on the YouTubes?
YouTube being successful, honestly, is a lot more about skill than luck. Is because if you make quality content consistently, you're going to attract more viewers than if you just put out
A skibbity toilet
Yeah, well,
video.
well, not so much, but like if you're like a legit wanting to make quality content,
Right.
quality and consistency are like 2 of your biggest friends at this point.
Right.
So yeah, that's really the only thing. Yeah, those 2 things. Your grind is real though. You're gonna get, and don't go viral. That is not great because then the dip off after that is going to crush your channel.
So he says. But
So I've
still,
seen.
I'm still looking for that viral. Let's go viral, people.
There's a reason people only go viral once. That's all I'm gonna say. For the most part, when they're randos and not celebrities.
Probably because it's like if you think about it,
That's their
people
thing
think
then.
people think you're also people just like think you're a tryhard.
Yep.
There's like you're just let it go, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, do you have any fun plans for the summer?
Work.
Work?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Gotta get that money.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get that counselor money working at summer camp.
What
this
are
week.
we working at, too?
What is that?
Didn't we work out that?
I've seen the math done. It's about 85 cents per hour.
Yeah.
It's a salaried job.
You're volunteering, basically.
Pretty much, because I'm technically on deck 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
For these kids, and let's be honest, it's great. I love it. I'm there for the kids specifically. I don't know. There's just something. I've always been drawn to
Children.
kids ministry, and it's just So
It's a much better way of phrasing it. I've always been drawn to children.
okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, there. Okay, there.
I don't even know how to recover. I'm trying to think of how we could
Flat
possibly-
spinning. Throw that rudder to the left.
Okay, thanks, War Thunder Boy. Yeah, no, so we're going to have some kind of cool content probably coming out from there. Talk to some of the camp people on the podcast. Get some exclusive things going on, potentially.
Exclusivities. That's not the word.
Exclusive footage.
Exclusivities. No!
Exclusivity. Let's look it up.
Exclusivity. Nope. Hold on.
Tease?
That's not a real word, is it?
Exclusivity.
But there is no. Is there no exclusivities?
Exclusivities? Okay, anyway. Okay. All right. I wanted to talk about something that kind of brings the humor down a little bit, but I think it'll be a really interesting topic. Yeah, I know it's creaking the chairs around.
My chair is very creaky.
Yeah. Okay. So, I wanted to talk about music because you and I have some interesting thoughts on music that are interesting.
Yes.
And so I was going to say, basically, in case you guys didn't know, we are pretty much Christian, conservative people on this podcast. And we do listen to a lot of Christian music now.
At least I used to until it went to trash.
Well, that is true. Modern Christian music is a little bit sad.
Contemporary Christian is not great.
Yeah, we're listening to mostly probably like 2010s. I'm bumping a lot of Toby Mac and Crowder, and I do also have some like some of the other guys from that age, Danny Goki, Skillet.
Skillet's great.
Yeah. So from that, and there are a couple like Forrest Frank guys that are really good.
Yeah, the only Christian I'm pumping these days is mostly hip hop, rap sort of style.
Yeah, that
those
is
guys
also
still carry a lot of that.
Mike Malagis, KB. I know.
Schema Boy.
Yeah, I know Christopher and Matthew are big into Mike Teasy, I believe.
These guys are actually pretty legit, though.
Yeah, I love how also the podcast gets like really loud and really quiet. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
but
great for editing sound.
But anyway, so I just wanted to talk about how there are some pop songs that are real bangers.
They go hard.
And they are really like the music is good, but look, we all know that the message is just crap. So what I wanted to know is like it has been said before, I believe, that second to the word of God, music is like the number one thing that can like actually like touch and affect your soul. And so knowing that, how do you approach explicit or like just content, like specifically music that is not great? How do you approach it? How do you, I don't know, this makes it sound like an accusation, but like how do you justify listening to that kind of music?
Because it doesn't affect me at this point.
Okay.
I've gotten to the point where there's to a certain degree there's songs that if there's too much going on that I can't listen to that without like just be like, oh boy. But like if there's like one or two maybe words in there, like I know there's some stuff I listen to that's like, okay, there's maybe one or two words and I can deal with that.
Right. And I think it has to come down to where are you in terms of Paul talks about being cautious what we do so as not to cause a weaker brother to like stumble. And so it's just like knowing like where I think that's the big thing, knowing where you are in your walk. A lot of the times I choose Christian over like secular pop just because I'm like I am not feeling strong enough right now to be able to like resist. But there are other times when it's like, hey, this is a banger, and like I can listen to it. But yeah, that's like one of the things that I can't like emphasize enough is that like no, like genuinely like second to the word of God and like literally God pouring truth directly into your heart through like the Bible or through prayer or what have you. Music genuinely can seriously touch like your soul and like your mood, and like the things that you think about can be seriously affected. So at the same time, like I think that's an important thing to consider too, is how much these things can like infiltrate your brain and like put those thoughts in that maybe you don't want to be having, or potentially like you could they could become a roadblock to your faith.
There's certain topics that there's certain topics I don't listen. I can't listen to because then the thoughts come. They're not great because the music puts it in there, and then you're just gonna be stuck with that. 'Cause especially if you get a song stuck in your head, my gosh, that's not great.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know personally, I just absolutely hate songs that are about like either one or the other party trying to get someone else who is already in a relationship to like cheat on their worst. I hate those songs.
I hate those people.
They just like the sound. have, yeah, I hate you in brotherly love.
No offense, but you're a piece of trash person.
Yeah, if you were a human,
Like you
would be-
deserve no mercy. No
yeah,
offense.
Yeah, if you were a human, you would be human garbage.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but it's like
We do not like you.
that. Can you get lower than that? Can you get lower than like trying to make someone cheat?
Probably, but I haven't found it yet.
We're not family friendly out the window, but parents, if you want to talk to your kids about how important faithfulness is, that's an important conversation. But
Yeah.
no, it's those songs specifically. But yeah, no, just
Then other topics.
knowing where you are and in your walk, and can you take it without it infiltrating your brain, I think is just the biggest thing to focus on.
That's why I won't play a lot of my music around other people unless I know where
Right.
they're at. Mostly.
Or I know I was also talking to some other friends, and we are talking about how I don't talk about say the secular pop that I like. I don't talk to that around people say my classmates. I don't really bring it up because they don't know me as well, if you know what I'm saying. And so they I'm a little bit worried that potentially that could damage my Christian reputation. Not that I'm worried about being a perfect goody two shoes, but I still want to show Christ as much as I can. And I don't know, I don't think that it's wrong or bad or sinful to listen to explicit music, as long as you're just listening to the music and you're not specifically choosing that music over God, or you're not letting that rule you, or you're not listening to it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Because you can, as I've learned in my personal experience, you can do anything for the wrong reason.
Yes.
And it can be bad, but at the same time, I don't think that secular music is unredeemable to a point where you can't enjoy it.
There's truly nothing physical that's unredeemable in this.
To a degree, yes. To a degree, I would agree with that. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no music's of the devil. I ain't on board none of that.
Nah, the drums, they're bad. They're wrong. They're sinful.
Africa, demons, hell bent, yada yada. Don't bring that in my church. No.
but
Oregon.
Yeah, but the thing is,
No offense to any of those people either. You're all great, but that's just personal opinion.
I mean, yeah, we're not talking about your music taste, but the other people's music taste. We're talking about them.
Yeah.
No, it's Johann Sebastian Bach used drums. It's percussion. Yeah. They're around. Yeah.
Get with the times.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's all that old English.
Yeah.
English, whatever.
KJ, our KJO listeners. I know we have at least one KJO listener. You know who you are.
You're great, but I don't agree with you.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just putting one of our.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, music. What are we talking about? Music
there's-
lyrics. Funny thing, when I listen to music, unless I'm really paying attention to it, the lyrics to me just kind of meld into the music. So I don't really hear lyrics unless I specifically start listening to it.
And see, that's the way my dad is too, and I think my older brother is as well.
I just hear sounds.
I'm very lyric centric, which makes it difficult for me because I notice all the lyrics, and the lyrics are some of the biggest things to me, and sometimes I almost can ignore the music for the melody line in the lyrics, and that makes life difficult for me sometimes.
There have been times where I've listened to a song at least 10 times, and on the 11th time, oh, I did not realize that was in here. No joke, that's happened several times.
Yeah, it's music is delightful.
And also my brain turns on when anybody else walks in when I'm listening to some music, and then what's this song saying right now? Because I would have no idea. Sometimes.
Right.
There is no music that I haven't tried, a style and genre, that I haven't listened to at this point that I know about.
Just white noise.
Yes.
Okay.
All
right. He's special, ladies and gentlemen.
My music taste is wide and varied.
All right. Okay. So that's music.
Music. Is it worth it? To a degree.
Is it? Yes. Those were just some kind of notes that I had. Is it worth it? Sometimes is it worth putting the crap in? Sometimes, can you filter the crap out? Sometimes you can.
Depends where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in Pennsylvania? Are you? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. It's where you're at, like with the Lord and your walk with Him. Okay, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. After our thing says 47 minutes, but it's probably been different because of editing and because of last week's news. Okay. Are you ready to be put on blast with the 12 questions?
I better start turning my brain on.
Yes, here we go. You've been saying that all episode. Have you just been
I don't really live with my brain on 100% these days.
Are you gonna like turn it on and like just be all here and fire for the outro?
I doubt it.
Hey, he'll be turning on his brain after the outro, guys. So stick around for the after party. Anyway, what's the last dream you had that you can remember? And is it PG? like not that any of us are having really bad thoughts, but sometimes you don't know what the brain be doing. What is the last dream you had that you can remember?
That I can remember.
Yeah.
You know, I knew I was gonna have to do this, and I meant to write this out so I could remember everything.
So I was walking.
I think it was when we were at that motel. Wait.
Your family?
Yeah, when we were at the motel where were we?
Those
We were
those
on
motels.
We were going down to the Ark encounter.
Okay.
So we were going to the Ark encounter, and we stayed at this one motel.
I'll tell you, those.
Which half that whole town just felt very weird.
I'm telling you, man, that those motels will do it to you. They'll get the dreams.
Most places, not even like this felt not like off,
Unsafe.
but not like that. It just felt weird. Like
There
is something that's just off about this area. Like the place looked fine. The whole area was like it looked perfectly like a normal town, but like it just felt off. Like something was not right around there, and that probably might have affected a little bit. I don't know what's happening on a subconscious level in this area. That's a different podcast.
That is. Stick around. Jeremiah and Silas talk about scary things.
Scary things, but like that dream was like.
Dead air.
Oh, it was like. It was so weird. I gotta figure out what order things went in. So in this dream, like it was like a half dream too, though, because like, I physically got up while still asleep.
You grabbed a knife. You walked over to the nearest. No,
I'm like in this dream, I'm sleeping. And then, in the dream, I was like in the dream, I am laying half dozed in bed. And there's then in the motel, like everything, like it's just a continuation of the day.
Okay.
It bleeds into the dream, and then there's like a scratching at the door.
Is this a story we could tell on the podcast?
Well, it's not bad. It's just weird. It's just a little freaky.
Okay.
I don't know. We're gonna go with it.
Okay.
Oh man, I don't know if I could, because I don't remember. I gotta remember a lot of this.
There was a scratching at the door. He opened the door.
Well,
it was a pizza delivery man.
Okay, so it was scratching, and like in the dream I wake up more. Then the door just opens. From deadbolt lock just opens.
So Silas
still locked.
Silas dreams about scary things.
Yeah. The door opens, still locked, and then there's just black. Shadow.
How do you know it was shadow? How do you know it was
just
like
standing in the door?
It? What's it?
The black shadow. Like this is like a misty shadow pillar.
Okay.
In the door.
Is it like a silk pillar, or is it like a
No, it's just
a
like
cotton
black
pillar?
Smoke.
Oh. Okay.
Just
so
like,
not that kind of pillar.
Not pillow. Like not pillow with a hard R.
Look, I'm trying to redeem this scary story, man.
But yeah, then about all I can remember after that is panic.
So basically, Silas needs help.
This world needs help.
Okay. What's in your pockets right now and why?
In my pockets right now. Let's find out, shall we? There's a wallet.
Okay.
With my driver's license, credit cards, Lowe's card, and social security card. Which doesn't even need here anymore.
Why do you have your social security card in there?
I need it for identification.
Oh, I see.
I gotta put that some better. You know what? I'm just gonna keep that here until I put it away. Actually, you know what? Anyways, yeah, my wallet with all my stuff in it. What else is in my pockets? Wallet?
You've got some pockets.
Actually, I emptied my pockets right before this, so there's really nothing else right now.
Well, what did you have in your pockets?
I had my earbuds, my checkbook for my bank stuff.
Yes, it's not
just me. I had
just
my phone. I had a notebook and pen, and my papers.
What do you use a notebook and a pen for?
I don't even know. It was just on me. Just
I
like
thought you were
ideas and notes and stuff, but I
There we
haven't
go.
had many recently.
We write stories.
We do write stories.
On occasion.
We've broken our brains recently, anyways.
Yeah, that's for also
That's
for
all I
another
had in my
podcast.
pockets.
Okay, Coke or Pepsi?
Depends on the flavor. Are we talking
Nope.
like straight cola?
Coke or Pepsi? The whole line of products.
Oh, the whole line. That's hard.
All of Coke, all of Pepsi, whatever you need. Which one is the most powerful?
Coke, because I like the spiced. And that's the
Okay.
only reason.
Okay, one spice Coke will do.
Otherwise, I feel like everything else is kind of like I kind of prefer some of the Pepsi products for some of the flavors, versus the Coke products.
That's fair. Did you ever have the pineapple Pepsi?
I had never had the pineapple Pepsi.
I did not either. It was at the Pizza Hut.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
In a while.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you did?
I have no idea what my family would assume I did. Now, what would some of my friends think I did?
You went to Skinwalker Ranch and started protesting.
I tried
or
to
something?
climb the fence on something. Yeah, probably.
Tried to get in.
I
You tried to break
probably.
in. I was just really hoping that you wouldn't say criminal speeding, because that's what everyone says.
That's what everyone says.
Apparently, everyone is a criminal speeder, but you're
That or just torching a place. But not any place.
Arson.
And not just any random place, specific places.
Like
Ned Food.
Okay, yeah, like the Planned Parenthood
Yeah,
with the
Ned
lights that were
Food.
out.
Or
Ned Food.
or the Democratic Convention.
Okay, they're not all bad.
No, they're not. Just the. Okay, yeah, you're right. That was a joke. Legally, I'm legally advised to say that was a joke.
Oh, okay, now keep it on low here. But
Okay.
what is a conspiracy theory you almost believe?
Almost. I don't know if there's any I almost believe. There's the ones I
talking
don't,
to-
and ones I do. Which ones do I almost believe?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think.
Let's talk standard here. Flat Earth.
Okay.
Flat Earth.
Standard.
Yeah, kind of standard conspiracy.
None of your
theories sort of
standard conspiracy theories have any evidence that make me almost believe them.
thing.
See, the only one I'm on the fence about is the MK Ultra stuff.
I don't know what that is.
Government kind of reprogramming or kind of figuring out they have some way to somehow partially control people to a degree.
Well, sure. I've seen The Incredibles 2 and what was that? Was that in the brand new Captain America movie?
Yeah.
I've seen the brain control. It's real, man.
But legitimately, that's one maybe, but I haven't. There's not enough for me yet. There's a lot of them that's definitely true, and you cannot doubt.
That's also for another podcast
Yes.
because anyway, what is your go-to lie to get out of things? Or if you got caught,
I gotta get
and
out
you
of
need
something,
to get out of something.
I need to get out of something.
Wait, what's your lie? What's your go-to lie?
That's my go-to anything.
If you just need to pull up a lie really quick, what's your most common lie?
Oh frick! When's the last time I did this?
When you told your family that you loved them.
Oh, that was 6 years ago.
Wow.
No, I'm
It's been a
joking.
minute.
Well,
no, only
okay.
jesting.
I don't know. I don't like lie.
Neither do I, but,
I-
everybody does it.
What's a line I just? What's a line I use?
What's
to
a
get out?
line you
Not
use a
specifically a
lot?
lie. I was what's if something I need to get out of doing something I don't really want to do? It's
Or you got to get out of a sticky situation. You've got maybe caught in an embarrassing spot or a bad spot. How are you convincing someone? You just took a massive dump in the bathroom. They accuse you. The family's pointing fingers. How are you getting out of that situation?
I don't know.
Sauce
I
just-
don't get out of things.
Sauce
I don't
just-
try.
Sauce
There's
just
no
shoots
point.
straight.
There's no point. I mean, there's no point not.
Look, it's funny. That's the point.
I don't have that really at
The
all.
point is it's
And
humorous.
if I do, I can't remember it right now.
All right, if you could haunt one person after you die, who would it
Haunt
be and
any one
why?
person?
Yes, one person. You're gonna
I
haunt-
wonder who. We have this one specific friend that'd be hilarious to mess with.
You are. All right, well, that is true.
Oh, that'd be so much fun to mess with.
Ah, yes. We have one friend. Shout out to this friend. Yeah, she's your, conspiracy buddy. You guys talk about that stuff. Yeah.
Skinwalkers.
Anyway, yeah, that kind of
That's our
thing.
group.
That's a discussion for another time. We've been dodging that conversation this whole episode long.
Yep.
But anyway, if your personality were a fast food item, what would it
My
be?
personality.
Yeah, you're a fast food item. I think Christopher was a Crunchwrap Supreme.
That makes sense. Do you remember what you were?
I don't remember what mine was, but you could go
Oh,
listen
you said
to
the
the
Culver's
episode.
Swiss and cheese. Just because
Did I?
Just because you've eaten so many of them, it's
Because
part of you at this point.
The sodium content in my body
Yeah.
is... I didn't...
Fast food item.
I didn't... Quick confession. I didn't listen to that whole episode of the 12 questions.
It was funny.
People said that, which is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your fast food item.
Fast food item.
Go.
I'm not good at it.
Do you feel like a burger or like a side or a drink?
Well, drinks aren't really. I don't really count those as fast food items unless it's specific to this place. You know what I mean?
Like Baja Blast? I think
you
you
get-
are probably Baja Blast.
At this point, I've drinking how many of those?
You've drank a lot of Baja
Two
Blasts.
24 packs in like a month.
Or maybe you're just the whole Dairy Queen menu because you are just kind of grill and chill.
Yeah. That makes sense. No, yeah, that works.
Let's see here. If your life was a movie, what would the title be, and what genre would it end up being?
Gosh.
What's the title?
Whoa, boy.
Life in the Trenches, and it's a tragedy.
Part of it.
Well, the whole overarching.
Overarching, we're gonna go with.
Looking backward, looking forward. Not looking too far forward.
Yeah, we don't have
'cause
that
if you
much
look,
far forward.
If you look too far forward, every movie is just a comedy because it just ends in success and a win. As long as you believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins. Just name your movie.
Chronic.
Chronic diarrhea.
No,
I hear you.
something.
The squirts are real. I'm really not helping this man right now. I'm trying to fill the dead air, but he's
That's
listening
not
to me
working.
too much.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know how you name a movie that has that many ups and downs in rapid succession.
The roller coaster of my life. That's like your subtitle.
Yeah, no, that's basic. That would be the subtitle.
Silas Kern, a roller coaster of emotion.
It
would be a horror movie. Because everybody who watches it is horrified.
It's not great. That's for sure. There's some
We've all made mistakes. It's okay.
Oh my word, that could. I have no idea. for a
Mistakes.
name.
The roller coaster of my life.
How?
That sounds really bad.
That sounds so bad.
I think it's pretty obvious though. Your movie is an indie movie.
Oh yeah, it has to be at this point.
Yours is an indie movie of some kind. But what would you call it? Just
What would I call
what's
it?
the first thing that comes to mind? Just blurt it out. First thing that's in your head. Just say it out. Just
Mango pineapple.
Okay, it'd be called Mango Pineapple. It's an
Because
indie
you got ups
film.
and you have downs. Mangoes and pineapples.
Yeah, because I'm allergic to mangoes.
That's
and that
sad.
sucks. I hate.
And I love
mangoes.
mangoes.
I love them, but I hate you for killing my face. What's the last weird thing you Googled? I know.
The last weird thing and not just average run of the mill thing.
Well, I know your average run of the mill is pretty weird, so find the
How
weirdest.
do I get to my search history?
You can do it on your Brave, can't you? Or do you have?
Why I usually use my Google.
Okay.
Actually, isn't that my. Do I have my history on here?
Got the Chrome going.
History. No, those are websites. Okay, so let's just go here. Weirdest thing. Oh, I gotta find my Google history because I know I searched something really weird the other day. Fill the silence.
This is just going to be like a little part that we're going to be talking about things. So, welcome in everybody to the Jeremiah Breathy podcast. So everything that I'm going to say is going to be really breathy right now. I just want you all to feel my breath inside of your soul and just be absorbed as I fill the silence for Silas. Tell a couple dad jokes. Juan and Amal are twins, but their mother only carries one picture in her wallet because if you've seen Juan, you've seen them all.
That gets so much better every time I hear that.
I love dad jokes.
Nice.
They're so great. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. We're kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know what we're doing. I probably should have paused. This episode is going to be so long. It's going to be way too long. You and I need to have a podcast because we have a lot of stuff.
We're freaking hilarious.
We are.
What
we're a
have I
riot.
searched?
He's innocent. He doesn't search on Google.
No, I searched something very interesting the other day.
Well, what is it? Let's hear it.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
He doesn't even know the details of his life.
I don't
He
even
just-
know where to find that.
I think I searched something on Google
this?
yesterday.
Web search. Oh wait, no, that does go open to that. Hold on. Wait, search history.
Oh, he's looking. We're fine. Oh, that's not good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's always.
Yo, parents, cover your ears right now. What is happening?
Can I like filter this?
We will be posting his search history
There's
onto
really
our
not a
Twitter
lot.
channel.
I searched.
Posting a link so you all can get to know Silas a little better.
It was before that.
Yeah, no, we.
All this
Got
stuff
a
is
lot
just
of dead
normal
silence
run-of-the-mill
here.
stuff. Like
I
I don't search weird, but when I do, it's whack.
I should have paused this. This episode is gonna be so long.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Christopher can just speed us up to 2 times speed. I like podcasts that talk a little bit slower though. They're a little easier to understand.
Search
Okay.
for Uber commercial Coxman. Because I couldn't remember his first name. The guy
Oh,
in the Uber commercial.
Yeah, what is it, Brian Cox?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
that
searched
guy from
Uber
the
commercial
ads.
Coxman.
Yeah, because he was like, what was his name?
Oh,
Brian-
no,
Brian
and then
Cox.
which English queen was the fat one in England? I remember
England, your queens.
That was funny. Anyways, yeah, those are the sort of weird things I searched. Other than that, it was just a bunch of stuff about 98 Camrys.
I did one time. I forgot Gina Carano's name, so I searched Disney fired Beat Boot Lady.
Oh, her name, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
From
don't
The
remember. I couldn't
Mandalorian.
remember her name.
Anyway,
She's
she
chill.
got canceled. What's your favorite book of the Bible?
Wow.
Gotta love that.
I like reading Revelation.
Revelation?
Yeah.
Fascinating. Why?
Uh,
Because there's helicopters? I've
No.
heard that, but I've never like.
I don't
seen
know
it.
what that comes from. No, it's just interesting to read.
You and I should maybe start a podcast where we like talk about Bible stuff and like semi-Bible stuff, because like I want to talk so bad about how zombies are not real.
Oh my
I
word.
had somebody tell me that zombies are real in the Bible, but I like looked up the
I
context.
love when people take verses out of context.
They really do, and it's just I dunked on those people. But anyway, the last question, 12th question, so Christopher can stop screaming at us to end the episode. What?
Oh, it is about to read it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, go.
Yeah, the 12th question is, I forgot. Oh, why should we have you on every episode of the podcast?
Because I have a different opinion from everybody else.
Okay, that's valid. By the way, he is the Mangamonius that keeps posting on our Twitter, so thank you
Yeah.
for doing that.
I have like probably the weirdest opinions of the ones of us, besides maybe Anthony on some things.
Yeah, no. I believe you mean Randy.
Randy.
Who we talking about?
Come Randy.
Yeah. Come Randy, for sure. Oh my goodness, we're up to 13 5-star reviews. That was how I wanted to end the episode. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for the things that you do on these, voting in the polls. You guys came out in numbers this past week.
You guys the bomb.
Yes, you guys are the greatest. You're the best listening community out there. 13 5-star reviews. And just, I mean, so many listens and whatever. I think we just broke 1,000 listens over this past week. So just crazy stuff. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us, even through this weird episode.
I feel like there's so much we didn't say.
There is so much we did. That's why we need our own podcast.
Yep.
Or maybe we'll have you on future podcasts. But yeah, anyway, we just thank you guys so much for listening, hanging around, helping us to grow. Please share us and go onto Twitter and onto YouTube and onto all the other places where you can find our name. MySpace, anywhere where you can put our name. We're not on MySpace, but anywhere that you can
Not even
talk.
on Facebook.
Yeah, we might. But anyway, anywhere you can talk to us, shout us out. You guys are the best. Thank you for listening, and make sure to stick around. This Thursday got a fun episode with Christopher and Matthew that we'll be dropping with some other aspects of the podcast. So, Silas, thank you for joining me today. And this is, we're signing off today. And, you know, Silas, you may have a different opinion, but it doesn't really matter what you say, and it doesn't really matter what I say, because it's not your echo chamber.
Yep.
You were supposed to say that with me. but-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
We,
Oh.
we can try it again if you want.
It's not your echo chamber.
Anyway,
Your only fans.
my only
No, wait.
fans. My only fans.
No.
Are these...
Full stop.
Look, my Russian friends, I need you guys to vote for me because the Americans are kind of dogpiling me right now. I need the international support.
Wait, word. The Kremlin's listening.
Yes. Mr. Putin? I was about to say you're doing some good work, but I decided not to. But yeah, no, Russians, we love you. International people, we love you. Please vote for me.
Bonjour.
Yes, for sure.
I don't know. Hello.
Yeah.
Bonjour. Hola.
Yeah. I mean,
Guten Morgen.
les biscuits sont dans le quelque chose. Anyway, enough of the French hour. Let's talk about our lives. Wow.
That was really loud.
Welcome to the ASMR podcast, guys. We'll just whisper into the microphones now.
I hate that.
Anyway, what does that mean?
It means I design graphics.
But where does the baby come in? You said you were a graphic designer, baby. Oh, okay. Wait a second. Moving swiftly on. What would you consider to be your biggest likes and dislikes?
Oh boy.
So why?
Welcome to the ASMR. Doordashing. Why it ended.
All right, Doordashing.
Anyway.
All right.
That's what. Yeah, we don't cut those parts. Those parts are welcome to our world.
Mm-hmm.
Word world. Let me see if I can get to my homepage so I can see.
Homepage.
Because I just want to look at.
Wow.
Wow, look at. The
Wow.
things that
It's the homepage, people. Wow. Look at that.
we're ASMR again.
Oh my word.
Very nice.
Doing all ASMR on us. Okay, hold on. We'll go to not your echo. Okay, there. Okay, there, pal. Just before you go fucking your nails on it.
It's not your echo chamber.
Oh.